Hey guys, steveo here, and I'm going to be hanging out with Harry and the Hendersons. Welcome to another video from Movies and TVs on the Ball. Um, I Welcome to Netflix night, where I look at something on Netflix and talk about it. On this video, I'm going to be looking at the 1987 film Harry and the Hendersons. This film, I guess, before I start going into the cast, this film I knew of and I've watched. This is the film I usually would catch on USA Network or a like kind of on cable, but I always would find bits and pieces of it um, from different kind of scenes. Um, and I just kind of was flipping through Netflix, and they said, "Oh, it's last time to watch. This is the end of the month," and I was like, well, no time like the present. Let's get into Harry and the Hendersons. This film stars John Lithgow, who most people probably know from Third Rock from the Sun. He was also in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and then you had he plays George Henderson, and then you had his wife. Um, His wife is played Sarah Henderson, played by no, not it. Miranda Dillon, who you probably know, who is plays Nancy Henderson, um, who you probably know best as the mom from A Christmas Story, and she was also in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. She recently did shows on Law and Order SVU. Um, she played, and then you had uh, Margaret Lansjack playing Sarah Henderson, who was in 21 Jump Street, and Thunderground. Um, the story takes place um, where we have John Lithgow and his family, or the Hendersons, are on their way back from a camping trip. John Lithgow's character is they're on their way from a camping trip. They accidentally hit what they think is a deer, and they find out that uh, they hit Bigfoot out in the field. So they take him back to suburban life, and chaos ensues. Um, Chaos ensues. The Harry is so basically throughout the entire film they try to suburbanize him, and we have sort of a we see Harry kind of goes through the fridge. They think he's an animal that I think it's a prowler at first, and then like you see him kind of he goes through the fridge, but then they kind of bond. I really like this movie. I think it's a really good Saturday matinee film, catch it on TV type film. I really think that the cast, the I really get this family dynamic with John Lithgow's family, and then you had Harry, who the makeup looks amazing on him. He was played by the same guy who played the Predator in Predator 2 and 1. And I think his size is, uh, I think he's like a 7 foot tall actor. Um, Harry is, and I really liked his look. His mannerisms are really good. We have sort of a villain who's this kind of this French hunter, because they for who's kind of on the lookout for Bigfoot, and he is kind of on their trail. So there's sort of I like how there's a kind of a little bit of a small villain. Then there's a guy, um, I think played by Emmett Walsh. I think maybe I got the character actors wrong, but who is a no, Emmett Walsh um, is John Lithgow's father, who's running the store. Emmett, there's a guy who's kind of a Bigfoot and aficionado, who is kind of uh, who is like a doctor, and doctor who wants to kind of study him and put him in his natural habitat. It's a I really like this film. I think it works really well. I would probably have to say that this movie, um, I think I like John Lithgow's character. I think he works well as sort of the family man who, really kind of bonds with Harry. And you really see, I mean, it's a nice, this is a nice family matinee film. I, I can kind of see that this would have been a film that was, that probably a lot of people um, watched a lot of time on home video. This film is directed by the same guy who directed um, William Deere, who was the writer for The Rocketeer and the director for Angels in the Outfield, which is one of my classics films that I like. And I really liked the this film also spun off a television series with the um, same name, called Harry and the Hendersons. Uh, it lasted from 91 to 93, and it starred Bruce um, Davidson, who, if you saw, he was in Fever Pitch, or not Fever Pitch, Summer Catch, and he was also in, you probably know him best as Senator Kelly in the X-Men and X2 films. I really think this film really works really well. I really like the um, hair, the facial expressions on Harry looks really, it looks really like the makeup looks great. We have the little brother, or the son. He plays it sort of as a real, kind of with wonder and awe of Harry, and I also like the fact that he's not annoying. He's not kind of a pest. Like, the brother sister relationship really works really well. I like the fact that she is also kind of takes a shine to Harry too, and how basically the family really starts to love on Harry. If you ever get a chance, check out the I think he's called Forgotten Failures, off the hat. I think it's what, off the half, um, of this guy on YouTube who did a video talking about Harry and the Hendersons, the TV series, which which lasted for about, I think, 3 seasons, um, and that's the one that starred Senator Kelly, and I think this one worked really well. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. My initial thought is I give it A, uh, and probably an pretty solid 88 out of 100. It kind of 80, 88 is go 88 to in that 80s range. I think it worked really well. Um, I would like to see. I think this film would have been a really good, rental. So check it out if you've seen it. Let me know in the comments below. It's celebrating its 40th anniversary next year. So there'll be a lot of retrospects of this. I would love to hear your thoughts. So let me know in the comments below. And as always, like and subscribe. Peace.